I don't know. Is this working? Is there anybody out there? I'm trying this from a different place. Check, check, check. Is this working? Can you see me? Okay. All right. I guess it's working. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm not kidding you. I'm I'm uh I'm streaming from a bedroom, my wife's bedroom. No, it's actually the extra bedroom. Because it wasn't working from my office or my studio downstairs. I tried it like 5 times. I've been working on this for 2 hours. I'll keep it short. I apologize. It probably look and sound like The Walking Dead. I haven't slept much trying to solve this problem, and this is going to look really weird, but we'll do our best with it. First of all, I want to tell you thank you so much for all your support through all this. Um, I I appreciate it. I wouldn't be here without you. I the reason I do this channel is because of you. You've helped me so much. I'm gonna see if I can stand up. I'm sitting on this chair here, and let's see if this works better. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I actually used to work from this room the first year I did this until I got the studio put on. But anyway, so um, oh, again, thank you so much for all your support and for helping me out here. Wouldn't be here without you. Really appreciate it. Um, I want. I also want to apologize. Sometimes I want to tell you what's happening in real time, and so I put it in the title of a video. If I get hit with a bunch of claims or whatever, and because I'm out and about or I'm not in my studio or I can't quickly make a video to clarify what's going on. And I took a lot of heat yesterday for saying that. I mean, it's true. That's going to be my last album, top 10 album video if I can't get this figured out. But I apologize. I put that in the title, and I have a lot of people say it's clickbaity, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to let you know what's going on. So I'll try better to clarify in the future. This live stream, I'm going to keep it short, but this is really here for your feedback. I want to answer your questions, and I want to know what you want to see on the channel going forward. I'm going to continue to fight and do everything I can to put out content. I mean, I've got tons of interviews coming up, some really great ones, a couple of legends over the next month. I'm going to get those out. So, you know, I set up this channel because of my love of music, for the bond that I shared with my dad growing up. I mean, we're growing up, especially when I was a teenager, we were doing this, but music, and especially, well, baseball and music, but mostly music is how we connected. And he told me the stories behind the songs, and that got me passionate about wanting to know everything that there was to know about the music. And so I go to library. In Snake River, they didn't have very big libraries, you can imagine, in the little small town in Idaho. And so I checked out everything I could. I bought Rolling Stone and Circus and everything, and I bought every book I could get my hands on, whatever, to find this out. And the reason that I also got so passionate about it is because my dad shared his memories of the songs and real life, experiences that he had that were tied to the music, and it connected us. And so I've shared some of those, and that's another reason why I do it. Also because of Casey Kasem. I listen to American Top 40 Countdown with Casey Kasem every single week. Wrote them down in the notebooks, memorized them. In fact, if you honestly, if you quiz me on a top 10 from a certain week in the 80s, I could probably tell you I was a king of useless information, as one teacher would call out in class and tell me, that I would never use this, and I use it every day. But that's what got me started on this. It's been a labor of love, and passionate about this. I want to share this music, gathering the history through the artist, doing the interviews. It's so important to me. It's important work. And, you know, these top 10 albums and the top 10s from the year, the top 10 from the year went pretty well because I was just only focusing on a specific song, right? And so it was one song and I wasn't getting a lot of claims. But um, when I did the album ones and started doing the albums, the top 10 albums of a year, I'm doing, the big hits from the album. I'm doing the best song from the album. I'm doing the hidden gem. And when I'm doing that, I'm crossing over 5 or 6 songs. In fact, I even thought about playing each song from the album and or 5 seconds of it. And then I just got slammed with claims. I got so frustrated because what happens is when when you start getting all these things happening with the claims, you can either fight it, which takes forever, or they take it down, or your channel's in trouble. It also, if you take it out so that you can just get the music out there because it's already live and it's been live for a couple hours, and if you do that, then it mutes the video or mutes the song or takes it out, and it takes people out of the video. So it's very frustrating because there's a lot of effort that goes into these videos, creating them. And it takes a lot out of me when I put it up, like especially today, this morning, I put up Michael Anthony, incredible interview about Van Halen, the debut album. And he told me stories that I've never heard. And he's such a great personality. We're going to get that out again tomorrow. I mean, this is the first Tuesday I haven't released a video in 5 years. It's insane. And it's only because that happened. And so it's been very frustrating from that perspective. Just because of one song, because he talked about AC/DC. He said that AC/DC was a huge influence on Van Halen. And he, cited the song that was an influence on that first album. And so I played it, and I played 5 seconds of it, and we got blocked. So it's frustrating because I feel like it's a promotional vehicle for the artists and for the albums. I mean, I can't tell you how many young people have reached out and said, "Hey, I just discovered this song because I heard about it here and heard about it on other channels," and that's great. Or people who've just said, "Look, I forgot about this song. I added it to my playlist." So to me, it's a promotional vehicle. It's discovery, a tool for discovery, and it motivates awareness and people to add it to their playlist or go out and buy the vinyl or share it with their kids or what have you. That's the whole reason I do this thing. And so that's frustrating because why? I mean, it's 5 seconds of the song. There's not a lot of damage that's done from that. So add to that, the frustration of the words that you can't say on this certain platform. And if you do say them or talk about them, then it seems like there's backlash from said platform. I've noticed even in the last month that my impressions have gone down quite considerably, and people have complained that they're not getting notifications even though they're signed up for it and that type of thing. So not much I can do there. I can just keep fighting. But the good news is we are working on solutions. In fact, I've been on the phone most of the day until I started doing this live stream. I've got my business partner who's in the industry, is working with different labels and managers, and we're trying to get this figured out. There are solutions. In fact, I've got a call later tonight about it. And I mean, because I've made videos in advance. I've got a top 10 really good one coming out. It's supposed to be coming out on Thursday, one on Saturday. But until further notice, and unless there's a solution, I just don't feel like putting it out if it's just going to be, get all these claims. The other solution is I can do it without the music, but I'd love to have the music there so that you can hear it. Maybe I put it in a playlist below where you can go listen to those songs if you need to. That's a solution. I'll be honest with you, last night after so much frustration this morning when it got blocked, my new video, I just thought, I don't know if I can do this anymore. But then, of course, that only lasted for, half hour because I love doing this. I love what I do. And I love just keeping the music alive and honoring this music and these artists and these songs that mean so much to us. So I'm going to keep fighting. So we've got solutions on several fronts. I will release top 10s if I can find those solutions. But like I said on the album video yesterday, it will be my last top 10 for albums if I can't find a solution, because there's just too much going on, too many working parts. And so I've got to figure that out. But I'll see how it goes tonight on this call and tomorrow, and I'm just going to keep working on it. What do you think, though? I have a bunch of new interviews coming up and a lot of great things. So I'd love to get your take. What do you think I should do? Should I try to do a balance of top tens and interviews and focus on just one song? But what's your take? Because there are a lot of people that love the top tens. There's a lot of people that would just rather me focus on the one song. So that's why I try to balance it out so that, there's that. I also may stop releasing as much content. Maybe I do, 3 or 4 videos a week instead of 5 or 6. And so let me know. I'm going to be reading these comments. Excuse me. I have a hard time reading comments because I've got, as you can wear these glasses, bad eyesight. They're coming so fast. Sometimes both. It shouldn't matter how you post content as long as you say yeah, I agree. There's a lot here. There's a lot to digest. I'm going to read every single comment that you're putting out there. And I'm going to grab your feedback and go accordingly. Appreciate your patience. Please bear with me as we try to get this done. I do have a solution where, well, that's the other thing. Before I end this live stream, I do want to say this. The other frustrating thing is even working with the labels, if you get white labeled with the major labels, which we even work with the labels on certain projects, there's people that claim your video that don't even own the song. Have you heard about this? There's like this, I looked it up on Reddit, and there's, thousands of creators that are dealing with this, where even a song that they came up with themselves, a beat that they created, or a song that's in the public domain, they're getting it claimed by like a couple of companies out in Brazil who claim to be the label and they're not. I'm getting a lot of those. So it's just crazy because they don't own the content. And it seems like YouTube won't do anything about this. And that's very frustrating because what are we supposed to do? So I think going forward, it may just be, thank you, Jim. It may just be the type of thing where I only share a little bit of music, or I put a playlist, but I want to do what's best for the channel. I want to do what's best for you as viewers, what you want to see, because it's really important that we move forward this way, because there's just not, I started creating this channel also because there just wasn't that type of content out there. I loved it when MTV played music videos and they played behind the music and storytellers and unplugged and everything like that. And it was very frustrating. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Moonbeam Fiction. Moon, am I saying that right? Moonbeam Beanification. I cannot read for the life of me these comments. But I used to love watching MTV when they had all that going on. And then they stopped playing music videos and they stopped playing those programs. And now they have other, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Michael. Appreciate you guys' support. This people. Anyway, so now, I mean, they do have, streaming services coming up where they're doing documentaries, but a lot of times they don't ask the questions that I want to know as a fan and that you want to know. And so anyway, that's why it's important to continue with this. So bear with me. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to try to do the best that I can with this. But I do have to admit, it's getting a little frustrating. But I'm going to keep fighting. So it says, please tell us where you get your awesome t-shirts. I got this one from 80s Tea, 80stees.com. I love Cinderella. And then there was another question that was asked. Let me look at that. It was, give us the content. Song clips are optional. Your insights and content is not. Thank you. We love you and what you do. Don't lose hope. We go where you go. Awesome. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Gosh, that means a lot, especially with the last 24 to 48 hours. With love, we'll find it. We'll find a way. Just give it time. Yep, that's right. I agree. And so anyway, that's my live stream. We're working on the solutions. We'll see what we can do. We're going to keep fighting to keep the music alive. In the interim, oh my gosh, people, thank you so much. That's so nice of you to let's see. It says this is from Keith Donaldson. There needs to be clearly written and understood what short clips for demonetization demonetization, excuse me, constitutes fair use. Yeah, I mean, I actually, one last thing before I go, I had the number one fair use attorney in the world work on our content before we were even on YouTube when we were going to do documentary style stuff, which we're still planning on doing. And he went through and said we fit fair use and taught me the whole fair use guidelines and that, and we followed that to the T. We it's music commentary. We're commenting on that part of the song that we're talking about. So we fit under fair use, but for some reason this platform doesn't respect fair use. But you know, I've seen some comments of people saying, you know, Rick Beato has fought this. I may reach out to him and ask him. I heard he's not a fan. He doesn't like me too much, but I'll do it anyway. I like him. I think he's great at what he does. So maybe I'll reach out and find out. But man, we just got to keep it, you know, keep the content going. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm glad I was able to clarify some of this stuff. So if you'll bear with me, we're going to keep going and fight the good fight. So thank you so much. Until next time, 3 chords and the truth, my friends. Thank you. Now, how do I end this stream?